Welcome to Creating with Jovi and 100 Days of Pockets. Today is day 65, and in collaboration with Cindy A. Lewis, I have created a fold-up flap pocket. So I'm going to share with you how I created the pocket and how I put the tag together. Please be sure to check out my description box below, because in it is the booklet that Cindy created with all of the instructions on how to make 100 pockets. Today you will need a rectangle piece of paper or an envelope. I'm going to go ahead and use an envelope, glue or tape, a bone folder or a scoring tool, and some embellishments. You'll also need either a backing paper or a journal page. I'm going to go ahead and use this as a backing paper that I can later on glue to a journal page. If you're working with a piece of paper, you're going to just take your paper and fold it 2 to 3 inches up, and so you're going to leave space that's going to be a flap, okay? But since I'm using an envelope, I already have my flap built in. Or if we want to, we can have it so that it flaps up like this. That's kind of fun. Since we did a similar one and I had it flap to the side, but maybe this one will have flap over the top. So I might actually look and see if I have a little bit of a smaller envelope. Look at this little cutie that I found. So let's do that because it'll fit this backing paper better. So let's test it out. Yep, we can go this way with it. And then when we turn the page, it can go like this. Or if this is going to be a backing paper, and it is going to be a backing paper, so I need to think about that. I think what we'll need to do is adhere it up here, and then when this gets glued down to a journal page, then this part is flapping, and this is how we'll access what's in the envelope. Let's do that. That is the good plan. I have this really wide washi tape. It's so cool. I love it. And it's got little things on it that are Halloween themed. So this one says the Haunted Mansion Real Estate. This says Weird Ghost Giggles. So I think I'll go ahead and use this to cover the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a little bit of glue down, but I will go ahead today and use some glue stick because there is still some stick on that washi. So I think if we just add this, it'll be a nice addition. I don't feel the need that I have to actually add the, liquid glue to it. All right, let's give that a whirl. This part of the envelope is going to get glued down to the backing paper, so I don't have to decorate that because that's actually going to end up being covered when the backing paper gets glued into a journal. I do want to go ahead and decorate this part of the envelope, so I'm going to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this all the way around and then I'll cut this notch out. What do you guys think of that? So I'll add some more glue stick here to the front of the envelope. And we'll bring this over this way. Now I'm going to need to reach down in here and cut apart this part of the washi. This I think I can just fold over the edge here. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, that's going to work out. There we go. I'll do the same thing over here. Just fold this little bit over the edge. Now I'm trimming away the excess. Now I am going to flip over my backing paper because this envelope is going to get glued down here now. I will be using my liquid glue for this. I've got it glued on. I am going to add this ghost to the corner of the backing paper, and that's going to act as a small pocket. And then to embellish the back of the envelope, the fold-up flat pocket, I'm going to add this bat just for a little embellishment little, oh, this is a sticker. I didn't realize that. Hold on, my friends. I was getting ready to glue it, as you saw, but I think it's an actual sticker. Let me see. Oh, fantastic. Sticker will stick to the vellum, no problem. I was concerned that if it wasn't a sticker, that whatever I was going to put on here might have a hard time sticking, and I was going to end up using my gem tack, but this is great. That works perfect. So that adds a little bit of sparkly shine. It's a bat. I think that's great. It's understated. So I guess I won't use the ghost here since he's an actual sticker. Let's decide what I am filling this envelope with. I've got this Masterboard scrap. It's so perfect. Look at the colors. They're great. Let's see if it's going to fit in here. I did round the corners, and it fits in perfect. So let's use that. But let's add something. Since I have this stack of Halloween stickers, I think that might be nice to add one of these to it. And we could even do, it's gonna go in sideways like this, so we could go like this with spooky. It's simple, but it's cute. Another option would be this one that says boo. Oh, I think the colors work so much better like that. So let's use this. I can take this sticky back off here. I might add a little bit of glue just in case, just to be safe. All right, I've got that glued on there. I'm going to go ahead and slide that into the pocket. I think that's great fun. So just remember, when this gets glued in, it's going to be, the pocket's going to act like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in this way, so that when you pull it out, you can see the word boo. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm simply going to add some distress ink to the edges just to make the backing paper a little bit darker and a little more dramatic. I wanted to mention, guys, I feel fairly certain that I got this beautiful paper from my friend Penny of Penny's Crafty Creations. It was so generous of her. She sent me several of her gel prints, and they are beautiful. And you know what? Let's go ahead and take this cute tag out, and let's add a little color here to the envelope so it's not bright white. That's a little better. I'm going to do some right here on the edge. Just get any spots that maybe I missed. There we go. Perfect. All right, that's looking good. That's going to get glued down. We don't need to worry about how that looks. I'll go ahead and add a little ink here at the top. There we go. Dress that up real nice. And do this edge here. Why not? Okay. All right, so that's working out great. I'm going to go ahead and pop this tag back up in here. All right, my friends. Now, just so that this isn't left a little plain, I am going to add this pocket. This is another piece of the Masterboard. I love it. It's so like dark and vintage, and it's perfect for a fall or Halloween themed page. So there we go. I'm not going to worry about a tag right now. That can come later when this ends up going inside of a journal. But there we go, my friends. We have day 65 is the fold up flap pocket, and we put a fun tag inside. Love it. So cute. We used ink around here so to get the white to not be white, and it was simple but fun, and I like the results very much. I hope you do too, my friends. Please be sure to check out Cindy today, and thanks for watching. See you soon.